This is the Manzanek Help Desk Operator's main menu user interface. There are 3 menu buttons in the main menu. The Specialist button contains all the forms related to the specialist, such as problem assignment, adding a new specialist, etc. The Training button contains all the training forms, such as enrolling new trainees in programs, and the Problem menu button contains all the forms related to the problems. The Help Desk operators can't use or record the proper forms in the database without the Problem menu, which is an important part of the database. In my database, there is a separate database for employee records that links all of the hardware and software that the user received from the company. This was unnecessary in the main menu, but it can be added later as the company grows. This is specifically left out because only authorized users should be required to update the record in the backend file. The Help Desk operator at Manzanek Limited will be presented with this main menu, which allows the user to choose one of 3 options presented in the user interface. In order to navigate to the Specialist main menu, the operator must first click on it. After clicking on the Specialist main menu, they will be given 3 options. 1. Add new specialist. 2. Assign specialist problems. 3. Add new Help Desk operators. These are the options that the Help Desk operator must select in order to record the forms. The Help Desk operator must also select which form they need to complete for the appropriate task that they are presented. In order to open the Add New Specialist menu, the user must click the button. When the user clicks the Add New Specialist button, this form will appear. This form could vary from version to version depending on the database version being used by the company. This is the Add New Specialist form. The Help Desk operator must first enter the specialist ID. This is data validated, which means that if the data entered does not meet the expected format, the database will display a message to the user. After entering the specialist ID, the user is presented with another option, which requires them to enter their name. Similar to specialist ID, this is data validated, which means that my database will not accept any numerical values or special characters that are not associated with the name. This helps the database remain valid and ensures the data's reliability. The Help Desk operator will then need to add the new specialist's job title. In this version of the database, input validation is restricted, which means that the specialist will only accept the keyword specialist. However, this can be updated and changed to a drop-down menu at a later time. This was not necessary in this situation because they only had one job. After entering the job title, the user must enter the specialist's email address. This database only accepts email addresses beginning with @manzanek.com or something similar. This, however, can change over time in the business as domain names are changed. This data is validated and will display a message if it does not meet the expected value. Similarly to the Add New Specialist button, the user must click on the button to proceed to the appropriate form. In the Problem Assignment form, the Help Desk operator will enter the current assignment ID in a specific order. We had to enable a record lock within this form so that the form would be temporarily record locked until the user who was updating it saved the record. This has the purpose to prevent data duplication. When assigning the problem, the database is limited to one user at a time, so the problem assignment should be done at regular intervals. After entering the assignment ID, users will need to enter the problem ID assigned to the specialist. The Help Desk operator must first write down the problem ID on a piece of paper for the specialist, then carefully plan which specialist to assign the problem to, and finally update the system. The company aims to assign the problem to the specialist within 4 working hours of the ticket's launch. The Help Desk operator is asked to provide their ID to verify that it has been released by an authorized user. This is important for tracking the Help Desk operator who has incorrectly assigned the ticket. The Help Desk operator will then update the other details, for example, the assignment date and status. Similar to the other 2 buttons on the menu, the user must click the appropriate button to navigate and access the appropriate form. The adding a new Help Desk operator is simple and requires fewer details to enroll the user than the other forms. The HDO ID stands for Help Desk Operator ID. The new ID will be issued with their name, work phone number, and email address. The phone number is data validated to a UK phone-specific format, and the email address is also data validated to only accept values that end in @manzanek.com. When navigating from a main menu, the help desk operator must select Training menu from the main menu to navigate to the appropriate menu. The help desk operator will then navigate to the appropriate training menu, where they will see the appropriate option to select, for example, 1. Add a new trainee. 2. Trainee program assignment. 3. Add new training programs. The user will need to select from the appropriate menu. In order to access the Add New Trainee form, the user must first click the appropriate button to navigate to the training menu. After clicking on this, the appropriate page will open. This button contains a minor error. It was misconfigured, and another training form was placed. In the following update, we will properly rename the buttons. The training program form contains a program ID, which is a unique identifier for the appropriate training program. The training ID is then associated with the program name, a brief description of the program's duration, and the date it was created or launched at the company. The launch date is useful because as soon as the training provider updates the training module, we can track the previous training and delete or archive it accordingly. Similar to the previous buttons to access this file, we will need to click the appropriate button to open the appropriate form. Similar to the previous button, this one is misconfigured but related to the same training. To address this, we will change the button name and title to the appropriate ones. The help desk operator must complete this form correctly and completely, ensuring that nothing is missed or changed. This form includes basic validation to ensure that the information is correct and reliable. This is the problem menu interface. It includes all of the forms that help desk operators need to complete the appropriate task. The appropriate buttons are problem logging, problem resolution, problem type, ticket entry. The specialist would need to provide the help desk operators with an update on the problem resolution. In order to access the ticket entry form, the user must click the appropriate button. The help desk operators would need to fill out all of these details properly and accurately. The help desk operator may need to access some back-end information, for example, the caller. The help desk operator is given the problem category table screen print as additional information because it is limited to a specific category. Similarly, we'll need to click the problem type button to get to the problem type page. This will open the appropriate form. The help desk operator will fill out the necessary details to create a new problem type.